Hi, my name is Violet Lang, and I just want to really celebrate and thank Nicole Doherty for the amazing experience that I had in her coaching program. So I had the honor of working with Nicole for 8 weeks in her signature course in order to unlock a deeper source of wisdom, power, strength, and groundedness. And what I realized is that in so many situations in my life, when things got difficult, I had been jumping out or running away. And what was underneath all of that was this deep desire to feel stable, to feel grounded, to feel rooted. And that from that place, I could actually access so much more of myself, so much more of my energy, so much more of my wisdom and my intuition, and so much more of my connection to spirit or to God. And so the time with Nicole helped me through a really dark place, like a time where I was questioning a lot of things in my life. And even though on the outside I was successful, there was a lot of unknowns that were stirring about me and my path. And I really just broke through to a place where I had more faith and trust and certainty in the work that I'm doing in the world, and more importantly, who I am. So her wisdom is just incredible. Like, she guides you, and she guided me through so many deep healing experiences that really helped me feel safe and seen and adored. It was totally customized, and her questions were really insightful. Her practices were so useful. I still remember and draw upon some of the meditations that she shared and the resources that she shared. So I really feel like I have this toolkit for navigating the unknown, or for navigating those times of really big transformation. And the other thing that was really cool is not only was it customized to me, like as a person, but it was customized to places that I didn't even know that I needed to go, like shadow work and places that I had blind spots around. She would lovingly remind me, these places where I was running away from myself, or the places where in my mind I thought I had it figured out, but my body was telling a different story. So I had this sense of false confidence in certain ways that she helped me replace with a really deep, true confidence that comes from being grounded and comes from knowing myself versus saying what sounds good, or versus saying what the ego or the mind wants to say. It was also really cool because she has so many different tools, both coaching and questions and deep inquiry, but also healing work and shamanic work, and we also did some breath work. So I had just this total immersion into these new tools and these new skills and these new resources in a way that was more than just the mind or just the body or just the spirit, or however you want to look at it. It was really, really integrated, which was cool. And I really looked forward every week to my time with her and to the questions that she would ask and the homework that she would give me. And she got me to recommit to my own practice. So I had been meditating and doing yoga for over 10 years, but I wasn't always consistent with it. And it's so amazing to have someone who's just there guiding you and who's holding you accountable, and that you're going to talk to every week. It makes a huge difference, because then you really show up for yourself and for the person in a new way, and in a way that's a lot more consistent. So I highly, highly recommend spending time with Nicole, of booking a session with her so you can understand her work. Even our first phone call before I'd even signed up to work with her was deeply transformative, and I just knew on that time in that call that I needed to work with her to unlock these pieces of myself that weren't quite integrated in order for me to step more fully into my own power. So the course and the work that we were doing together was really focused on power, but I realized that my power comes from being grounded and being integrated and being present and being rooted. And so we did a lot of work on both of those areas, combined with vision, like power in order to get to my vision, grounding in order to feel my power more, and then being in my vision and feeling grounded within my vision. So it all kind of interconnected, and I don't know how she did it. She's masterful, but she had a way of seeing how all these pieces were not congruent at the time, and what I really needed to do to bring them together. And since then, my business has really flourished. So not only did I recommit fully to the path and to the work that I was doing, but I saw major, major gains. I launched my year-long program. I had my best month ever in January, and it just feels like the beginning of a beautiful chapter where I have this new belief that I can get everything that I want, that there's nothing that's outside of myself, that I am able to transcend and grow and learn through these dark times and challenging times that I had been going through, and instead of running away or finding the new bright shiny object, to actually just get really grounded and rooted in myself. So that's made all the difference, not only for me and for my business, but also for the women that I work with. And now I can show up for them in a more practical and consistent way, and in a way that's really grounded just my own truth, which is the importance of committing to a practice and to drawing on these different elements and these different aspects. And it's improved every area of my life. I just feel more present. I feel more rooted. I recently went to India and I had an experience there of just feeling like really connected to my tailbone, really connected to the earth. And even though I was there with a lot of other yoga teachers and I had stopped teaching yoga by the time I started seeing Nicole, it was like effortless for me to realize, that's not my path anymore. It's not my path to teach yoga, and that's okay. And so had I not done the work with Nicole, I think I would have been much more lost about what is my path, what am I doing, what should I be focused on. So she really guided me through a time where I didn't realize at the time, but I was kind of being born into this new version of myself. Like, I felt dark and it felt messy and it felt chaotic and I had all these doubts and fears, and now I feel like I've crossed through to the other side and crossed into this bigger version of myself with more power and more success because of her help. And I am so grateful for you, Nicole. Thank you so much for your guidance and your wisdom and your love and all the tools that you've brought into my life. Thank you again. Mwah.